Nessus, it's a vulnerability scanner. It's the learning path on TryHackMe. We are doing the room learning path called CompTIA PenTest Plus, and the room is today Nessus. So last room I did briefly because I already had done it, and the same is going to be done with Hydra. However, Nessus I haven't done it, so let's go ahead and venture forth into the room. I've read the description. It's a very interesting thing. You know, Nessus scanner is exactly what it is. It's a vulnerability scanner. Now, Nessus is another really good scanner just to scan for vulnerabilities. It talks about using similar techniques to Nmap to find and report vulnerabilities, just in a more beautiful, GUI way. And sometimes that is really what you want. Sometimes text is just oh. Alright, so let's go ahead through the installation. Now, I haven't downloaded this at all, and if using the attack box, please do not install it there. So there's a getting started one, and let's just see the official installation guide. Let me just go to the page. So we are here, getting started. What should I do? Interesting. Do they have a download link for me? Let's go ahead and to that page, Nessus Essentials. So I'm gonna type in my name, and I'm gonna blank this out in the end because I will not share my private address, however. So now that we registered, I got the activation key on my email, which I'm not gonna show. Well, I guess I could just do it. It's just a test, you know, opt out. I'm gonna go ahead and download Nessus. And we're gonna choose here is the one called Deb. So we are on a Debian machine. So it's the one something like that. So basically just copy paste that part of the name, search for it, and here we have it. So we have a version 8.5 point something. We had a version 10. So what is the core difference? Debian, I see no real difference, so I'm gonna take the newer version. I agree, and now I'm downloading it, save it to my folder, and yep, step number 2, yep. Next one, I'm gonna see, this is where it is in my downloads folder. In the terminal you will navigate to that folder, so let's go ahead and open a terminal. Yeah. So download, there we have it, deb file. So I'm gonna do basically you're gonna use this command. So let me just write this instead because it's probably better. So sudo, you're gonna write the package name, so dpk-i, and then the Nessus file name, and basically you're gonna unpackage it. Now that we unpackaged it, gonna press completed, and we will start the Nessus service with the command. So basically I'm gonna take the command, run it, and that's about it. And we should be able to go into the browser for the port 8834 to see the Nessus interface. This is of course something you say I accept the risk, and we are in at the Nessus user interface. Please wait, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna type computer to this, and yes, computer to that, and I will set up the scanner. So we're gonna go back here to the setup. We need to pick the one called Nessus Essentials, and basically that is what I did. Press continue, and get the activation key. We press skip because we already have the activation key. So I'm gonna basically paste the activation key in, and this is just a free activation key. I haven't paid for anything, so I don't really care. So continue. My username is gonna be I don't know, Daniel, and my password is gonna be, I'm just gonna save the password in the password manager. It's just something, you know, it's better than nothing. And say update to that and setup complete, please wait, blah blah blah. So now it's downloading plugins and preparing for the installation, and no answer needed for that. Fill out the username, password, make sure you make a strong password. We did that. Nessus now install, sure, completed. And let's see, log in with the account credentials we made earlier. And now we're gonna wait for it downloading the plugin. And I think there is a room we need to start. Let's just, let's just start that. It is a bit early, but I just, think this would go pretty fast. So let's go ahead and go to the, yep. It's lagging a bit my computer because I'm downloading on it right now. So let me just see. Now it's initializing, compiling plugins. So I'm gonna pause the video and let this finish. Alright, so it's finally finished, and I haven't really done anything. This is just the default page I landed on, and basically, so I'm gonna press done here. Now, it's also what it shows here. You're gonna land on. So basically, mine is just a bit larger in the resolution. Anyways, I'm gonna press completed. Navigation scans. Now we have some questions to answer. So we're gonna see the overview here, discovery mode. You got different kind of, scans: basic network scan, advanced dynamic scan, malware scan, mobile device scan, so on, so on. I really like this kind of big variety of different things you can do. All this is not really stuff you can do in Nmap and basic tools. This is more like a high school, not high school, but it's a really great piece of software. So what is the name of the button which is used to launch a scan? So I guess it's yeah, that's interesting. I'm not really sure what is how many new scan, I guess this is the button. Yeah. What side menu option allows you to create custom templates? So let's see again, custom templates. So it could either be, it's one called policies, because it says custom templates. So policies is the right answer. What menu allows you to change the plugin properties, such as hiding them and changing the severity? I guess plugin rules, because it talks about the same thing. So basically this is what we're gonna do, and we answer questions now. We have no idea what this means. Like, okay, so that's what it names, but in the scan template section, after clicking new scan, what scan allows us to see simply what hosts are live. And I guess it is not there anyway. So it says in scan templates, after clicking new scan, let's do that. New scan, where did I say? Create new scan. So it's called host discovery. And it kind of makes sense, right? Host discovery. So I guess this is not a bad tool. I would like to like this. Let's see if I do. One of the most useful scan types, which is considered to be suitable for any host. So I guess it's difficult to see, but it kind of said it right here. The basic network scan, suitable for any host. So basic network scan. Of course, Nessus is too big a tool for TryHackMe, I assume, so. But it's a good tool to know. What scans allows to authenticate to host and enumerate missing updates. So let's go ahead and do authenticate credential patch. I have no idea how to spell this, so let's just copy paste it. There we go. So I guess that is the one. Hooray. What scan is specially used for scanning web application? So I think we already know that. It is the one called web application tests. So let's write web application tests. There we go. Alright, so we successfully answered the questions. So now it's time to run a network scan. Create a new basic network scan. Target the VM deployed machine. Have IP address here and copy pasted. And what option can we set on the basic on the left to set a time for the scan to run? This can be very useful. So let's go in basic network scan. And it said something about, I don't need to do that now. So the name is gonna be, I think this is the target, yes. And they said, what option can we set on the basic on the left side? Basic, general, schedule, notification. Set a time. Okay, so it's schedule. So let's write that. Schedule. On the discovery on the left, set the scan types to cover port 1 to the max amount. What is this type called? So yes, that's just the there. Where did I do? No. Discovery. Assessment. Not really sure. What is it called? Under discovery on the left. Yes. So under discovery, port scan, all ports. That's gonna be all ports. So the port scan all ports. No. They want an answer to the scan type. What is this type called? Type. Port scan all ports. Okay. That's what I'm gonna write. Alright, so they yeah, the way it is. What scan type can we change on the advanced for lower bandwidth connections? Scan low bandwidth links. Did I write this? No, I did not. With, oh sorry, not which. With. That, oh boy. With these options, launch the scan. So let's go ahead and I don't think we just shouldn't pick this, but just back to, okay, we're gonna launch. Name required, first scan, launch. So now it's scanning, it's on demand, the schedule. So this is just a task. So this is the interface here showing us the task. We gave the name first scan, and basically it's just running. And I guess after the scan completes, which vulnerability in the port scanners family can view the details of to see the open port is host. So we're gonna look for the result, and so I'm gonna click into it, and it's you can see that when you enter the task, you're running a basic network scan. That is the policy, whether the task type, the scan type is running. And so far we haven't really found anything. And we can click in here and see that it uses ICMP times the request remote data disclosure and Nessus send scanner. So back to hosts. Vulnerabilities. History. It's running. Is this a vulnerability in Rose host to SMP? Request allow attacker to know the date. Yeah, so there's a way here to exploit this. This is actually a vulnerability on the vulnerability tab. So you're getting the some text describing what is wrong with it and so. But we are done. No, not done. So we also have some service detection and other interesting things. It's just info, you know. I think when it gets like overlow, it's probably bad. So we found multiple issues on the web server, and we got some time inversion and transfer protocol information basically. So while this runs, let's just go back to the question. What Apache HTTP server version was reported? I think we can go ahead and find that now and just say type inversion. This is the one called 2.4.25. No, 2.4.25. It is that version, isn't it? Apache HTTP server version is reported by. What's wrong with this? No? Okay. I thought. Oh, 2.4.99. Must have looked at a different place. So that's going to be the answer. So the first question was, which vulnerability in the port scanners family can view the details to see the open ports? So we need to find under vulnerability tab a family here. So I think it's called Nessus send scanner because that is the family of port scanners. So I'm gonna go right ahead and say that is the correct answer. And whoop whoop, it is. And you can also see that this plugin is a scan half open port scanner. It shall be readable quick, reasonably quick, even against a firewall target. So the scan is still running, and we only have information stuff going on. So now that we did that, and we are now run a web application to scan. So yeah. So we're still scanning, and we're gonna run a web application scanner on the virtual machine here. So basically what we're gonna do is go to all scans. This is the scan. I'm gonna stop it because this is done. We're done with it, and basically I'm gonna force stop it, and I'm gonna trash it because we don't really need it. So I'm gonna go to my scan, create a new scan. I'm gonna pick the one called Web Application Tests. Gonna give it a name Web App Scan 1, and the target is going to be the IP address we have for the machine. And do they want us to do something special to it? It doesn't look like it, so it might take some time. So please be patient. So I think let's just see. Under discovery, port scan common ports, that's fine. So let's go ahead and just do launch the scan. So now we're running the web application scan. We're gonna go into the scan, and basically it's starting the Nessus send scanner to show us the open ports. And this is probably gonna take a while. So what is plugin ID? Which plugin ID? What is the plugin ID of the plugin that determines the HTTP server time version? So the plugin ID of the plugin. It was a very interesting way of saying that. The plugin ID of the plugin. Holy moly. So basically we need to let this run. and I'm gonna pause the video and get back when it's more done. So the scan returned with some results here, and it's still running, but I think maybe we can go ahead and try and answer the question. So we're going to look for the HTTP server type and version, and this is one server type and version, and they want me to answer some question about ID. I think that is the one, 10,107. So let's give it. Wow, okay, so now we have answered the plugin ID. What authentication page is discovered by the scanner that transmit credentials in clear text? The hint is it has a severity of low. So which authentication page is discovered? Something dot something. So we're gonna go there and let's go ahead and pick the top one here, because it seems like it tells us that login PHP is sending stuff in HTTP. So this is basically the exploit, right? It's not really an exploit. It is more like you're sending data without encryption, no SSL certificate or TLS or whatever. And they even give some description and some links to OWASP on how to defend against this. So the answer would be login.php. Gonna give it. What is the file extension of the config backup? Alright, so the hint is it has a severity of medium again. So let's just see, is this not here now? So backup disclosure, it is .back. So this is the path, and .back is the answer. And it's very informative. I kind of like this tool now. I think I like this a lot now. Which directory contains example documents? This will be in a PHP directory, and it's browsable in web directory tab. So let's go ahead and see if we can find something here. Web application sitemap. It is still running, so that might be one of the reasons that we haven't found it yet. So it's gonna say, what vulnerability is the application susceptible to that is associated with the X-frame option? So let's go ahead and see if we see something like that. X-frame option. Okay, so we have some browsable directories here. Was that the one? What directory contains example documents that will be a PHP directory? Example documents. If that is the one, I guess. Yes. So now we just need the what vulnerability is the application susceptible to associate with the X-frame options. It has a severity of medium. So we're gonna look for the medium severities. Let's see, clickjacking was not it, no. Backup disclosure, no. Browsable web directories, no. So it's still running, and I guess we just haven't found it yet. Let's look at the mixed ones. Web server, yeah, it still have a so it finds it again. So we got some disclosure of robot.txt. There's also a thing we could misuse. Yeah, I'm basically just browsing right now, enjoying my time, not really gonna wait for it to complete. And I just figured out we can, all of this is really good. So let's go ahead, it's still running. So we have the last answer. What vulnerability is the application susceptible to in association with the X-frame option? It has a severity medium. X frame option. So we need to multiple issues. No, and it looked there. It has nothing to do with that. So I'm gonna leave this run for a bit, and then come back when it's done. Is this? Oh, maybe there is a maybe this is actually the let's say, it says like what vulnerability is it susceptible to. So if I'm just concentrating, if I'm, well, I guess clickjacking is the answer. What did I do? So I'm gonna copy paste clickjacking, and we done. So Nessus, it was first time I used it actually, so I like this small interesting program. We haven't really used it yet. No, we just started it up. You know, I'm gonna stop the scan now because there's no reason to, you know, have it running. I'm gonna force scan it. Gonna delete that and basically delete the other one, and yeah, so delete that as well. So this is it. We did it. We are done with the room called Nessus on TryHackMe. So if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel, get notifications, click the bell, and like the video. Until next time, I'm gonna see you again. Please enjoy your time.